Previously, we have learned the basic rules of factoring, at the same time the considerations as to which type of factoring method we need to use in order for us to fully factor a given expression. This time, we are going to focus first on the common monomial factoring. This should be considered first before any other types of factoring method because it could guarantee us making expressions easier to be factored if necessary. Let's talk about the numerical coefficient and literal coefficients when doing common monomial factoring. For the numerical coefficients, simply apply the GCF of the numbers. For the literal coefficients or variables, still GCF, but for simpler sense, we're just going to pick the coefficient with smaller or lower exponent. Let's try to consider this given expression. 2a to the power of 4b minus 10a cubed b squared. Following these methods of finding GCF for common monomial factoring, we are going to consider first our numerical coefficient 2 and 10. The greatest common factor of 2 and 10 is 2. Now let's proceed to the next coefficient, specifically for a. We need to separate the terms or the coefficients, especially the little coefficients, when necessary. We have here a to the power of 4 and a cubed. The greatest common factor is the expression with the lower exponent or smaller exponent, hence a cubed. For b, we have b and b squared. We know that b has an exponent of 1. So it's the smaller or the expression with smaller exponent. So we'll have that. The entire product of these three expressions or coefficients corresponds to the entire greatest common factor of the two terms in our expression. Hence, when doing the common monomial factoring, we're going to factor out for this given expression 2a cubed b, because this is the greatest common factor in terms of numerical and literal coefficients. What happens then? You need to make sure that you are going to apply the rules in factoring, which are the proper division or usual division for numerical coefficients and the division law of exponents for our literal coefficients or variables. Talking about numerical coefficients, we have here 2 divided by 2 is just simply 1. Going forward, we'll have here a to the power of 4 divided by a cubed. So division law of exponents, the subtraction of exponents, you have a to the power of 1. Then you will have b divided by b. Of course, when you are dividing the same expression, you're expecting a result which is 1. This is just for our first term. Now for our second term, make sure that for numerical coefficient, consider the sign before it, or the operation before it rather, as its sign. Hence, negative 10, not just 10, to be divided by 2, that's actually negative 5. Then to be followed, a cubed divided by a cubed. So again, dividing same expressions, you will get a result of 1. And then you will have b squared to be divided by b, division law of exponents, 2 minus 1, you will get b to the power of 1. Then, simplifying the terms inside this grouping symbol, you will still get here a greatest common factor of 2a cubed b, and what remains inside is just a minus 5b. This time, we have now fully factored our expression, and this ends our common monomial factoring process. If the given expression inside the grouping symbol can still be factored using all other methods, we'll proceed to that. But in this case, we can see that it's already in simplest form. Hence, as mentioned, we end here. We have examples on our channel. Please view them on your own time as part of practice and review for this material.